Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is Ian McQueeney, and we changed up the scenery today. We're actually chilling on the couch in the living room. I never record out here. I probably should a little bit more, but yeah, today's topic is basically about how we are all farmers. So hear me out. Farmers, what do? They're on the farm. They're planting seeds. They're growing crops. They're raising them, and then they're using them at the end of the day. So how does that align with us? Like, how does that make us a farmer? So first and foremost, I want to give Alex Sedlak, his props for this, because he had this video that he made the other day talking about this, where it's like we're all farmers and we're planting seeds. And I just want to touch up on it a little bit more because I was journaling about it this morning, and it's just so true on how, everything is in alignment. But I wanted to, touch up on it a little bit more and have my own twist to it because I was really thinking deeply about it this morning. But yeah, every farmer has to plant their seeds to grow their crops, right? And in life, we have to plant our seeds. So what do I mean by that? In life, we're planting seeds to basically grow and get to the future that we desire and the vision that we have in our minds. But the first seed that is ever planted in our life is not by our choice, it's by God. And what that seed is, what's being planted, is that vision in your mind of your future and what you desire in life. So everyone's vision, everyone's desire, everyone's goals are all different. And that's strictly because God gave us a vision that only we can see and that we have to, touch up on and actually work towards to get to that point. So if people don't understand you, if things, don't make sense to you on why things are going right in other people's lives, not in your life, or why people are doing a certain thing, that is because that everyone's got their own vision and their own purpose in life that is given to them from God. So that is their first seed planted, is that vision. After that, it's all up to you. So I like the acronym, God will steer the boat, but you must row. So after that point, when you have that vision, you have that desire, that goal in mind, it's all down to you to make the decisions now to row the boat and to get to that destination. So the seeds can be big, they can be small. It all comes down to how much you're willing to put into it. So it can be as small as reading a page from a self-improvement book a day, something like that. Or even going and working out, or eating healthy, or, learning a new skill, investing into a course or something like that, or actually investing into a company or a really big, project that could multiply and compound over time and, set you up for life basically. So there's multiple different ways you can go about it, but you must first decide that, this vision in your mind is one that you can see yourself doing. It's only one that you can see. Okay, I'm messing up my words. I'm thinking so much about this, but it's the only vision that you can see, and you must decide that, by any means, I have to make this happen because you only live once, right? This is the only chance we get at this life, and it's all a game, bro. The last video I talked about was gamifying your life. It's all a game. If you can really put systems in place and disciplines into your life on a daily basis, you can accomplish anything you want in life if you set out to achieve it. So a lot of these videos turn into really motivational videos. I just kind of start yapping about, random shit. But I mean, I want it to come off more authentic and more personalized because in my life currently, there's ups and downs and you have to make decisions to get to where you want to get. And sometimes God will throw you off track, will, make you take a little detour and, see life from a different perspective because that's all in alignment with your vision. Not everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows. Not everything's going to be, sunny skies, blue skies. It's not going to be like that. There are going to be moments in your life where it's going to be hard. It's going to be dark. And the only way to become a light in the dark is if you are the light. That's all it is. It's going to be really, really dark. But if you want to see a light, you have to become the light and shine bright through, all the darkness. So once you hit your low, that's when you can start to take the work and the actual steps to get out of that, because there is no more going down that you can go. There's no more failures, no more you can't go any more south than that. So then it's time for you to actually go up, because it's the only way you can go. And once you decide that there's no turning back, that's when things start to change. But it all comes down to you also as well making the conscious decision to understand that you are making the choice to get better. It's not permanent. You have to wake up and create the habits daily to grow, but you can do the same thing going backwards. The habits are hand in hand. You build a habit in 30 days, but if you start falling off track and doing things that aren't aligned with that, that's when you start building the bad habits, and it's just a whole cycle of, just rinse and repeat, up and down, and just a whole roller coaster of life. And life is a roller coaster. That's something you have to accept. And struggle is another thing I want to talk about. I was journaling about this the other day too, and I was just writing it down, and it just kind of started just appearing on the paper. I don't even know what I wrote down. It just appeared. And struggle is simply accepting struggle. I'm trying to think exactly what I wrote down, but it was about struggle and acceptance. And so if you can't accept the struggle, it's like trying to learn a bike, or trying to learn how to ride a bike and falling down and quitting after you fall down once. So that's not even close to like what I wrote down at all, but it's very similar in that way of like, if you struggle, if you struggle to accept the things in your life, it's similar to learning how to ride a bike and falling once and choosing to quit. You can't quit after one failure. You can't quit after falling once. You can't quit after, going through these hardships, because what are you doing? Like, that's not only a disservice to yourself, but it's a disservice to everyone else and even God, everyone that has a plan for you. And so this all goes back to the seeds. You're planting seeds daily. So by making these tough decisions, getting uncomfortable, those are seeds. They're seeds that are getting you closer in the right direction to, get to that dream reality of yours and in alignment with what God has planned for you. But if you're not willing to plant the seeds and you don't see it in that moment of, I have to stay in alignment with my vision, my truth, and my purpose, then that's when things start crumbling, and that's, kind of when things start going backwards. But you have to go backwards to go forwards, because if you don't go backwards, then you realize that you're just backpedaling, and the journey going back is way longer than the journey going forward, because you've already come so far, bro. You've already done so much up until this point. Why would you go back? Like, if you quit a job, if you, lost a few friends, or if things didn't go as well, or things were better back then, but like now you're in a bad situation, why the hell would you go back? The whole point of life is to keep going forward and to get better and to learn lessons. Failure is a stepping stone to learn lessons and to get to goals and to, the reality that you want. If you're not willing to go through that pain and that struggle, you'll never get there, because there are different levels of struggle, different levels of failures every step of the way, and they get bigger every time. You just have to accept it and keep pushing through. So if you are willing to bet on yourself, to go through, the dark tunnel and come out as the light, that is when things will start to change in your life, and, the seeds have been planted. So what's so great about the seeds too is, like, when you plant the seeds, they're growing in the background. Like, every little seed that you plant is growing over time, and you may not see it. There may be times where it's like, oh, I feel terrible, like nothing's going on. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that you just don't see. God's working for you. And overall, a lot of the things that you've, even if you invest in stocks, it's another example. You invest in stocks, that shit's growing, going up and down all the time. And so the same thing goes for if you're reading a book, if you're learning a skill. You're growing in ways that you can't see, but you must see the unseen to get to, this point of consciousness and this point of growth, when you're like, all right, there is a lot changing. Because you can see it physically, you can see it emotionally, you can see it just spiritually, honestly. You can see it over time, how you change and become, a new molding of this character that you weren't before. If you look back on videos from me like a year or two ago, I'm not the same person at all. I don't even talk like this. I talk like a robot. Like, I recorded videos on a script and literally tried to sound as perfect as possible. And even in public, when I was with my friends, I sounded fucking weird. And like, that's how you're growing, is if you're looking back and you're cringing, you're like, damn, I am not the same person anymore. Like, when I talk to the camera, I'm talking to the camera as if I'm talking to myself, to an actual person. And I'm actually having a little bit more enthusiasm as to, who I am, with, alignment of my personality, and not just like trying to fulfill like this image of somebody, or trying to like be perfect all the time, because nothing's perfect. But bro, I get so aggressive on these videos. Oh my God, I'm sorry. But that's the thing. Back then, I would have not even said that. I would have been like, oh, I got to stop the video. I got to start all over. No, like, just be true to you plant the seeds, and that vision you have in mind, you don't need to tell anyone else about it because it's your vision, and you just have to work towards it every day, and then that's all that matters. The vision is there for you to see and to inspire you, but it won't become a reality unless you decide to make the choices and the decisions to, get to that vision and that reality. So there's something else I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say, honestly, because I got so much on my mind right now, just like thinking about this. But yeah, it's all up to you. Everything in life is under your control. That's a lie. Everything that you can control is under your control. Everything you can't control, leave to God. Let him steer you in the right direction. Let him, put you through the trials and tribulations if necessary, because it's all part of the process, all part of the journey, and you need to learn to accept it to get to where you want to get. So yeah, that is the video for today. Become a farmer, plant your seeds, and stay true to your vision. And that's all I got. 11:11 on the clock when I said that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Once again, my name is Ian McQueeney. Leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to see more videos like this. And yeah, peace. Thank you guys for watching.